New Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's, offers fully covered loading and unloading area with individual pin-coded gate and door access. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Today. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for starting your day the KUAM way. Welcome to Crime Time. A show is part of our starting lineup series, and of course, I'm here with police spokesperson Paul Tapau, and we're on the busy Harmon Loop Road, and we're here to talk about DUI enforcement.
Yes, Hafiday, everybody. Merry Christmas. You know, it's that season again where the island's going to be celebrating, you know, the festive holidays and stuff, but I guess it's perfect timing because today is a proclamation signing for the Drive Sober, Get Pulled Over campaign, and aligned with the Department of Public Works and Office of Highway Safety, the Guam Police Department has, you know, partnered with them again with this campaign and this initiative in really reducing our more importantly, our fatalities, but bringing some sort of educational platform to driving sober, you know, and it is that time where the festivities in itself, everybody's going to be celebrating, everybody's going to be out and about, and we at the Guam Police Department, we continue to ask the community, you know, in the season of giving, you know, give the gift of life and just simply designate a responsible, sober driver.
And aside from being responsible, I'm sure the Highway Patrol will be stepping up DUI enforcement?
Yes, we're starting Friday, so, you know, we will be putting the announcement out in the media about our stage DUI checkpoint, and this is going to continue all the way to January. You know, I think the middle part of January of next year. So, you know, our efforts and our campaign and what we do and really try to reduce the fatality rates. We are already at number 16, and I don't want to say it's a good year compared to last year, you know, because last year we had over 20 fatalities, you know, and of course our goal is to reduce that to zero. But it really starts, you know, it really starts with education. It really starts with understanding what we can do and the roles we play in keeping our roads safe and the responsibility that it takes once you get behind the wheel to be a better and of course a mature driver.
And you said it starts this Friday, the DUI checkpoints. Is that going to be a weekly thing?
Yes. Kicking off the Drive Sober, Get Pulled Over campaign, we are going to be staging numerous checkpoints throughout the island. We can't give an exact location, but you know, part of the campaign too, and part of the message behind the media releases about the DUI checkpoints, it's really an educational platform that we use. You know, you'll be surprised about the people, you know, the constituents asking where the checkpoints are and everything, you know, where they're going to be at, and it really is that awareness that, hey, you know, if you're going to ask that question, what are you going to do to plan accordingly when you're out celebrating? Because, you know, with the introduction of the recreational cannabis, that's another element in which our officers have to take into consideration, and it is against the law to drive impaired, and that's why it's DWI, driving while impaired. So understanding that recreational cannabis, although it's legal now, it's still against the law, and you're still considered impaired driving if you decide to drive under the influence of recreational cannabis or any other drug.
What are the penalties for DUI?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing as you know.
Is it immediate confinement?
It is. It's a 24-hour confinement, and the purpose behind it is that we want to assure the community that when you get arrested we take the drunk off the street. You know, gone are the days where it used to be book and release, and somebody picks the arrestee up, you know, because he's released. He comes back and he gets back into his car, and they drive off again, and they're still under the influence. So what we, you know, you know, and you know, it was really the foresight way of thinking with you know, the Guam Highway Patrol Division, you know, Judge Barrett Anderson at the time. You know, it paid dividend when we actually put it together that how can we get these guys, how can we get those that were, you know, arrested for the, you know, for the charges of DUI, how can we get their cases in court? And it was we just needed to magistrate them. So that's where the 24-hour confinement is imposed, and understanding not just the confinement policy, but also the financial burden that you have to pay because of the fact that, there's a hefty fine that goes with it. And I think it's over $1,000. So these are some of the steps in which we're taking as an island to assure the safety of the roadways. And again, 16 is our number where we are this year. Next year, we want to start off in a clean slate, and we want to start with educating the community about the importance of responsible driving.
All right. Any other final comments, Paul?
It's the holiday season, and what better way than to celebrate the holiday season by, the season of giving, and really just making those choices of dedicating and, giving the gift of life by dedicating a responsible sober driver. This is where we as mature adults, we understand our responsibilities, and it's everybody's responsibility. It's everybody's role that they play. We do our part in enforcing the laws, but understanding what we do in an education platform, in providing this information, letting the community know about where the checkpoints are going to be at or when it's going to be at, there's an understanding that, hey, we're out there, and when you get pulled over and you're, one or two, you may think you're okay. You're not going to be okay, because the whole bottom line is you're impaired, and you shouldn't be behind the vehicle. And, as a former crash investigator, these are some of the things I hated responding to, with the fatalities that was associated with impaired driving, because you have a choice, and it's all about decision making, and it really is. We teach that to our kids, and as adults, we should practice what we preach by becoming better decision makers.
All right, thank you so much, Paul. This has been Crime Time. Again, as Paul mentioned, drive sober or get pulled over.
Yes,
All right.
and do your part, Guam, and again, give the gift of life, and just designate a responsible sober driver.
All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.